Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing my November TBR today. Hi, people who have been with my channel for a while. I am not usually a TBR person, but this year has been extraordinarily different. I have found that TBRs have been really helping me to focus on things I want to read during a single month. So I've been doing this TBR game since January. I was inspired by the usual, so Cody's Wheel of TBR and Becca's Bookopoly. I explained this in my video showing every space on my Bookopoly board, but I've had a Bookopoly board in some form for several years. I just used it differently. And now I'm like, why didn't I do this to begin with? Because I love picking prompts or like picking out books for prompts during readathons, so why not do that all year? Which is what I'm doing now. So I'm going to be doing 6 rolls for this month. I haven't up until this point been doing where doubles count for adding an extra book, but I think I'm going to start that because, I don't know, I think it gives it something extra. Unlike other people, I don't have any sort of penalty for not finishing the books on my TBR because this is mostly just a tool to help me focus on a certain number of books, but I'm not going to penalize myself if I decide to read something else because that's what I'm in the mood for. Or because it doesn't fit one of these prompts and I still need to read it for the month. All very fluid, just a lot of fun to do. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the rolls and we'll see what we get for the month of November. All right, so not the best view of the board for being able to actually read the spaces, but it's the best view I have of the board for you to actually see the whole thing. So this is what we got. We left off on Justin's pick last time, so that's where we're going to start this time. Roll number 1, and let's hope that the board is nice to me now that I've added doubles, add an additional book. No, of course it's not. Well, pet pick is fun. Simon will enjoy that because that means he gets treats. Treats are down, cat is struggling, and go. He has chosen. All right, so pet pick, as you will have seen, Simon chose this one, which the sun is terrible today. This is Under a Dancing Star by Laura Wood. This is giant font, so this ought to be a really quick read. This is a YA book set in 1930s England, like at the seaside or something like that. I read, oh my gosh, something gold. I don't know. They all are like very foiled. I have another one somewhere down here called A Snowfall in Silver. But I read another book by this author, and honestly, it was like the best, most realistic slow burn romance that I had experienced in a YA book, and I really enjoyed it. And like the setting in England, I really enjoy. So like for some reason, young adult books set in the UK seems to work better for me. Although I've been really enjoying contemporary YA that's focused more in the LGBTQIA space lately. So there is that. But so this is the one that Simon picked. I was kind of hoping he'd pick this one because this is my book for our indie press project. I technically have to read this month. So there's that. So 2 of now 7. Next is going to be one word title. One word title. I have 3 books on my TBR that have one word in the title. So Frankenstein, Valette, which is down here, Canteros, which I have put on so many TBRs and I've yet to read this year, and I need to read it. I hear nothing but amazing things. However, I guess I said there were 3, there are 4 actually. The 4th book that is a one-word title is Mediocre by Ejoma Aluo, and I need to read this before the 1st of December, and also November is nonfiction November, so I want to try to put as many nonfiction as I think I can reasonably read on my TBR, and this is at the top of my list of nonfiction, so I am going to put this one on there for one-word title. I was very lucky to get this from Seal Press, so thank you to Seal Press for sending me this free early reader's copy of this. I read So You Want to Talk About Race, her previous book, and loved it, and this one is The Dangerous Legacy of White Male America, and I think that this is very timely, and I kind of wish I had started reading it prior to election, but I have a feeling that it's not going to get started until after the election, so that may have some kind of impact on this depending on how that goes. Rule number 3. Never go wrong with Audiobook Prompt. Like, that's right up my alley. Audiobook is a great prompt, and I am going to slightly cheat because I'm already listening to the audiobook of this, but my audiobook is going to be The Beekeeper's Apprentice by Laurie R. King. This is a Sherlock Holmes adjacent story about Mary Russell. It's the first in the series, I think, of Mary Russell novels, where Mary Russell kind of encounters a retired Sherlock Holmes and is like his apprentice, essentially. So yes, I am absolutely loving the audiobook of this and the story in general, so I'm excited to continue with this, but I know that I won't have finished it before the 1st of November, so, because I'm only about a third of the way through this, and I don't do a lot of driving right now, thank you, COVID. So yes, this will be the audiobook for the month. Rule number 4. Oh, I love this prompt. So this is the friend prompt pick. And yeah, so I'll have a friend pick books for me. So for friend pick, what I have done in the past is take a picture of my entire TBR shelf and ask somebody to just pick from that. I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or not, or if I want to pick a selection of books and have somebody pick from those. I have an awfully big TBR right now. No, you know what? I'm just going to do it the other way. So I'm going to put the books that I didn't add to my TBR back on my shelf. I'm going to take a picture of the shelf and I am going to send it to my friend Casey. I will list her Instagram down in the description bar. Her name is Casey. Her Instagram handle is Casey the Reader. We went to college together, and her partner was actually my roommate. Fun story. Anyways, that's completely irrelevant. But I'm going to ask her to pick a book. I haven't a feeling, just based on conversations, what she might pick. So I think ultimately she's going to pick Canteros because she's the one who really was the driving force behind me buying this, but we'll see. I will be back to update you on what she chose. And she picked The Silver Sparrow by Tahari Jones, and she said this was one of her favorite reads, so I'm excited to read this. I actually think I have an audiobook of this too, so if I finish the audiobook of The Beekeeper's Apprentice, then I might listen to this on audio. So rule number 5. So that's going to be prior to 2016 Backlist. So prior to 2016 Backlist, I need to go to my Notes app and see what we have. So in 2016, I have Oryx and Crake, 20 Million Leagues Over the Sea, The Legacy of Dragons, St. Lucy's Home for Girls, Go Tell It on the Mountain, Half of a Yellow Sun, and Pilgrim of Tinker Creek. None of those are particularly calling to me. The 2015 books I still have on my TBR are The Hollands Girls and A Spool of Blue Thread. Again, neither of those is calling to me. The last book is going to be one I've had since 2014, and that is The Knights of Maison Rouge, and I've actually been thinking about reading this recently. It is right here. So this is by Alexandre Dumas, and I know it's set like around Marie Antoinette, and it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's Three Musketeers-y because not all of his novels are like that, but I'm assuming that it is, you know, fast-paced, mysterious kind of situation in historical France. So this is what I'm going to choose, and we'll see how it goes. The sixth roll is doubles again. So I have a novel. Next up is a novel, and I'm going to pick Lady Audley's Secret by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. This is going to be the group book for the autumn hibernation or the winter hibernation readathon that Simon from Savage Reads does. And I bookmarked this. I had a little sticky note up here to remind me to read that. That readathon is November 13th through like the 7th? No. I don't know. It's like 10 days. But yes, so I'm going to be reading this one for sure. Oh, and I actually don't know what this is about. Something about scandal. It's a Victorian age novel. And like, there's something very scandalous about Lady Audley. Maybe. I don't know. It sounds like a romp. And now we're doing 8 rolls. So now we're into our bonus rolls. So letter, this is going to be a random letter generator, and then I pick a book where either the author or the book title starts with that letter. All right, so we're going to get a random letter generator. So let's see if I can, maybe I'll just do, we're just gonna screen record. That's much easier. So we're gonna generate a letter. The letter is in. So let's see what we can find with the letter in as the first letter of either the author or the title. Well, I don't actually have any books with in and the first letter of the title or author name. So I guess we're going to try that again and see if we get something we can actually use. So here we go again. I would be very surprised if, having not had in, that I have Z. You know, that's a no. Let's try one more time. P. Now that I am sure I can. No, I know I have. Okay, I know I have at least one that has an author with P as the first letter of their surname. Okay, so I've got lots of choices. So as far as books with a title that start with P, I have Pilgrim of Tinker Creek and Purple Hibiscus. Not going to go for either of these, even though both of these sound like great books. Then I have 4 that have author names that their surname starts with a P. This one, which is Lee Smith, Annie Dillard, and the Hollands Group by Nancy Parrish. Not going to be reading this one. This is mostly a nostalgia buy because I went to this university, but this is not a book that I am real excited to read. Then we have the Swan, the Maker of Swans by, well, I guess O is the surname, so that one doesn't count. Herrick is the first name. So, wasn't going to pick that one anyways. The two that I am sort of choosing between are The Embers of War by Gareth Powell and Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Filia. I'm actually going to go with Secret Life of Church Ladies because I really want to read this. I have been hearing incredible things about this book. And while I also really want to get to this one, this is the one that's like calling my name. So 8 is Community Bookshelf, but we rolled doubles again. I'm not sure I can read 9 books in 1 month, but we'll put them on the TBR. So this is the Community Bookshelf. This should also be interesting. So we have Pet Pick and we have Baby Pick. So I actually pre-filmed this clip because I knew that I wouldn't have him here when I was filming the rest of this. So some of the books that he had to choose from are books that I've already put into my stack, but I knew that when picking out the rest of them, so I just sort of picked around the one I knew he had picked. So here's that clip. Ready, go! This one? This one? Good, because it's Nonfiction November. He picked this one. So as you can see, he picked The Undocumented Americans, which I'm so excited about. This is from my most recent haul. And again, I have been hearing incredible things about this book, and I am very excited to get to it. Okay, so this hopefully will be the last roll. It is with 2018 Backlist. So last but not least is the book from my 2018 Backlist. There are quite a few on that list. So 4 books from the Vault of Walt series. Well, 3 of them are from the Vault of Walt series, and 1 is called Call Me Walt. They are books about Disney that are written by Jim Korkis. So it's like a series of nonfiction books about Disney or Walt Disney himself. The Inheritance, Sand, Engine Summer, The Pope's Daughter, Go Went Gone, Embers of War, Mrs. Dalloway, King Lear, Dunbar, The Prestige, and The Child Garden. Most of those actually got for Christmas in 2018, so I should probably be a little bit more selective about the books I asked for Christmas, since obviously I haven't read any of those. Oh, we have a cat friend. We have a cat friend. This is Einstein. He is a fluffy little love child. He just wants you to pet him all the time. So, unlike Simon, who is my aloof cat. But obviously, since I was talking about wanting to read it when I was choosing the book for Letter, and then it's on this list, I'm clearly going to go with Embers of War by Gareth Powell. I'm excited to read this. It's something about a ship, like a sentient warship, that I think has been like retired and somehow gets called back into action or something like that. I don't really know, but I've heard really great things about this from people whose opinions I trust on science fiction. And I have been in a very science fiction heavy mood lately. So this is getting added to the stack. So that is it. This is the giant stack of books that I have to read in November. Not as much nonfiction as I was kind of anticipating, but also probably fair. I have a feeling I'm going to want to read a lot of fiction this month, just in general. I do need to read this in addition to this stack, so we'll see how that goes. This is kind of a mess. All right, well, yeah. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed this. I look forward to doing another one of these videos next month. I always enjoy doing, picking out my TBR, and yeah, I'll let you know how I did. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!